bit about a couple things. First is going to be projection while you perform, and then really practicing like you are performing, because really those two things are going to go hand in hand. So even for myself growing up dancing, and as a teacher now, we talk a lot about performing while you're at practice and really getting yourself ready for the stage. And projection is going to be a huge part of that. So let's start there first with the projection. So in my mind, when I think of a performer on stage, I really feel like a lot of things that we talked about in our improv video with your posture and the way that you're poised when you're performing is going to really capture an audience. So obviously for different styles, it's going to be a little bit different. So for things like kick, we know that our chin is lifted and everything is upright with our chest and our body. But when it comes to like lyrical and all of these other things, obviously the choreography is going to have a lot to do with how you project and how you perform. But in general, I usually got the critique as a dancer myself that I was dancing for myself and in my own little bubble rather than dancing for the audience that's out in front of me. So where it gets difficult is really making a story that takes the audience with you. Rather than telling your story on stage just to yourself, we have to find a way to give it to the audience as well. So the way I like to do that, which we do have in the improv video as well, we have a moment section where we take a moment, even in that choreography and even in our body language, to give the audience a moment of what we're feeling, what we're doing, and sharing that with them while we're performing. So there's usually always a time in your routine where you're able to project out to the audience, and that has a lot to do with the posture of how you and the reach of where your body is. So even simple things like a reach to the front, the projection and the opening of those shoulders and the lifting of that head and chest is really going to kind of take the audience and bring them into you. So if you think about the audience not being one level, but being up into the rafters, up into the balcony up there, that is something huge I try to get girls to do when they're performing their routine, because a lot of them have this straightforward view. Always their head is in one position when they're performing. So I really like to lift that chin and kind of take my energy and project it out to the audience. That's huge. Another thing too, with performing in practice, I fully believe, and I didn't necessarily do this when I was younger because I always said, I'll do it at the performance. I'll do it at the performance. But it really does have to be done at practice because I distinctly remember an audition, I kept marking something on my knee to the floor. And when it came to the audition, I kept saying, to my coach, I'll do this, I'll do this. I'll do it full out there, it's just I don't want to do it here now. And you know what, when it came to that performance and that audition, I did not go down to the ground when everybody else did because I had been practicing it standing up instead of going down. So it really is a big deal to perform like you practice, like you perform. So another thing too, muscle memory. Your body, every time you do a movement, your body is memorizing that movement. So if you are always memorizing your pirouette, I know we do that a lot. A lot of times, your body will start to get used to things, even simple things, marking your leaps, marking your arms, especially when you're dancing. Your body is memorizing every single thing you're doing. So if you're able to really show strength through your arms every time you're dancing, not only will you be less fatigued, you won't get as tired if you're constantly working on your performance, but it will change the dynamic of what you do and you'll be more consistent in your dancing, which is huge. The girls always, some of the best dancers that I've seen or the best dancers that I've taught are the ones that are always doing it full out. They're the ones in the corner, always practicing things on their own. Consistency is key, and doing things full out really, really does change the way that dancers perform. I know this was just a few little points about projection and really opening up yourself, opening up your energy towards the audience. And if you're blessed enough to have mirrors when you're practicing, you can even see it. Just even in the way I'm standing here, it makes a huge difference if I do open up my shoulders and really extend my energy outward. And also, when we're practicing to perform. And obviously there's going to be times where you may get a chance to mark, but there's very specific things I usually let my students mark. All right, so to wrap things up, and this is just a very light dusting of my idea of projection, but even do something so simple in your studio with the mirrors. Try and just see, even with your body language, the difference in your movement if you really do open it up and kind of extend your energy to the audience. And just really try, even for one practice, to try and mark as little as possible and build strength through your body and through your arms, and see if that endurance takes you to a different place, because it will affect it'll affect the muscle memory in your body, and you will become a better dancer if you do less marking, or if you mark with strong arms and a strong presence. It will help you greatly. And you can also watch the improv video that Allie and I made. We do talk a lot about projection and moments, and it'll kind of help you while you're dancing get those feelings as well.